collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on a dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a
yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Swift. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury. I'm having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope they'll recover.
McGough and Williams hooking up there for the Lions first. The Lions at 2-8 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here, losing to 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Our game here in Detroit, our Thanksgiving tradition dating back to 1934. And it is the first of 3 games today, per usual. We'll see the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas after us. And then later tonight, the nightcap, another game with NFC North intrigue. The Pats and Vikings from Minneapolis. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
Right back to Swift again on second down. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Well, they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. They'll try the air now with Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Congrats on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bills take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen right back to Cook for another completion. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. Flush to his right. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Allen. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Allen going to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight, because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills are going to tie the game at 3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
They'll try it now with Swift. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it and gets it, I got to give it to him on that.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Gone. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. So now following the sack, often the Lions needed to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the half in a 3-3 ball game. Just a pair of field goals to this point. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And the Lions are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Goff. Finding Williams once more, complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
To the air again. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
They'll find Williams on the slant.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line.
This is Swift on the counter.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Well, backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Badgley's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up along with.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Off the play fake, Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 2nd and 10, Goff, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out and check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Allen going to go on fourth down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bills. Gabriel Davis, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
17, Lions 6. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. And the Bills are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 61 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. On first down, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Buffalo.
Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Bills get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Lions 6. Tyler Bass.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Third down and 16.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 4th down, Goff. Got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Again, Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk to the 45. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. That one complete. He finds Shark. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 43.
Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Goff. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. 20. And the Bills are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Cook. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete here.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now Allen. This is caught. Touchdown. James Cook from 4 yards out. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Lions on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Goff now looks to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Goff throwing again. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Goff. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Goff on fourth. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Lions touchdown. He's got them out to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy. They practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Bills.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A tackle by Michael Brockers as he works his way through for a tackle for loss. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Allen now looks to throw. Right back to Cook for another completion. Touchdown, Bills! James Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bills have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here is another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Allen. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
It's a gain of 27 yards. Complete to DJ Chark.
Gone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point game. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. They'll try the middle with Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. That's another completion out to Cook. Touchdown! James Cook, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Goff now looking to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. On 1st and 10, Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
They're hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
One last throw here for Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the
when the members on and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at my...
Yeah. Sound like some superheroes. Black superheroes. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
You need a role like me. Military mind state and I keep in a degree. You can label me a Huey P. Made a martyr out of Martin, out of Malcolm, out of Mega. I refuse to let these dirty devils make Michael a beggar. A hero CEO, I will go Magneto for my people. Give me liberty or death, that is my credo, not my ego. Dressed in a tuxedo, into party, alter ego. Killed your leader in gazebo, did it for the people. Love what motivated, I did not do it for hatred. But I truly hate the devil, I cannot debate or fake it. I was asked a question and the answer called it hard. If I was facing death and I could ask one thing of God, I would ask for every to be free here and abroad. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God.
Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Our own kind took nip from us. Money still reading, God we trust. Truthfully we envy, so why we so envious? And why our own kind envy us? Pac said it's hard, but we gotta keep our head up. Going even though we know we fed up. It's hella tension, cause we ain't careful where we all pay attention. I need all my real soldiers on the front line, fighting for the right thing just one time. So unstoppable together at the same time, with the same mind. Yeah, we're born to be high and always above what beneath us. So every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto.
black superhero. I'm talking bulletproof, kind of suit, reflect the struggle that they put us through. With the strength to fight the power like Chuck D do. With the insight to be equal, no disguise needed. A voice that finds reason to multiply. People in the streets for the cause. Marching on Washington, might as well be walking through walls. Type of superhero show up when ain't no one to call. That'll shield you from them shields that been killing us all. High beams for eyes, the peak, the villains in the dark. Power of resolution for a war would even start. The knowledge to build and grow where they live and take care of the kids and the older folk. The queen cause they need it most. Politics with the kings. About economic growth. Cure PTSD. Cause mental health ain't a joke. Feed the hungry and dope. Everyone would know. Everywhere we go.
Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Be the black superhero.